Our speaker, Gary Kasulu. Business name, Loving Social Media. Profession, marketing. Location, the world, mainly Enfield. Okay. Years in the business, 25 years. Previous types of jobs, Pizza Hut, car washing, and biz. Is that
Any type.
Is that washing biz? Oh,
Well, it's a car washing business.
okay, right, nice. Spouse, Leah. Children, 3 little boys, Lucas 18, Christian 17, Stefan 14, apple of my eye, and Gina, Angelina 11, and the goldfish.
Yeah.
Is that pet or?
Part of the family.
All right, okay, all right, no worries, no name. Hobbies, social media, chess, people watching, reading, self-development books. Activities of interest, changing the world, making a difference and learning. City of residence, Enfield. How long? 26 years. Where was you the year before?
Haringey.
Right, okay.
Haringey.
No worries. My burning desire is to, if I had a burning desire, I would go and do it. I guess work less, play more. Sounds like me. Something no one knows about me. I met my wife when we were 17, judge in Business Book Awards. So he was a judge at the awards, and that's where you met her.
Nah. I was young. But anyway, I met my wife when we were 17. I'm a little bit older now, and I'm the judge in this year's Business Book Awards for marketing, which is a huge.
Ah, nice. Okay. All right. My key to success: surround yourself with good people who care about you. Always keep learning. Over to you, Gary.
Thank you very much, Osman. So the intention for the next 10 minutes is to entertain you. Because if you're bored, it's no good. You're yawning away. It's to educate you. Because you're the sales team, you've got to understand what I do. And it's a funny living, looking after people's social media. It's not straightforward as it sounds. And then to be engaging, because part of what makes social media so exciting is the engagement part. It's the algorithm part, which I'm going to explain in a minute. So here we go. 10 minutes intro, and then what is social media. So my intro to you, it was around 2004. I'm a qualified optician, and I opened my own opticians. And it didn't take very long to understand that the bills were coming in more than I was gaining. So I thought, well, what do I do to market my business? I'd already been on social media, Facebook, and I thought, why don't I use this thing? It's 2004 now, right? 2005. Why don't I use this thing to help me with my business? And it went crazy. 15 new customers a week, 100 new customers a week. Wow. I was using this thing. Other opticians around the world were recognizing that I was doing something different to just going in the local newspaper or sponsoring a local football team. So I became quite renowned in the world of opticians for social media. To this day, one of my proudest achievements is Facebook, Meta, have done a case study on me as the world's first optician to ever have a Facebook page. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize I was about 11 years old and I was a marketeer. I looked out of the window and there was a man washing his car, and I went downstairs and I said, do you want me to finish that for you? Because he was struggling. And it was so good to have that £10 note in my pocket. I knew how to make money. I saw an opportunity. But then I went to the neighbour and I said, look, I've just done this man's car, our neighbour. Can I do yours too? I think I did 5 that day. I made £50. That's a lot of money, right, when you're young. And then I understood marketing. Marketing is just about trust. It's about visibility. So next slide, please. So that's my intro. So what exactly is social media? Have a look next time you're on the train or a bus, you're in a restaurant. Everybody's on their phone. You're absolutely getting their attention. Because most people, you look past, they're not checking their shares or reading the news. They're on social media. And you can get your customers' attention, as I did in 2004 and 5. So let's just see. So that one there, that's WhatsApp. You think, well, that's not social media. It actually is. It's totally social media. It's one of the most effective, underused platforms. Unbelievable. This one's Instagram. Instagram, really good for people that are a little bit younger. but it's not for everyone. This one, I mentioned it this morning, LinkedIn is for business. You'd be amazed how many, I'm the official optician for the BBC. I got that gig from LinkedIn. You're not on there, like I said, I'll help you get on there. And you only have to set it up once, never have to do anything pretty much again. This one's one of my favorites. Anyone can tell me what this is? YouTube. I've had over 1 million views on some videos. The thing about these ones, it depends on your age, it depends how tech you are, but everybody uses YouTube. This one, TikTok. Massive, massive, massive thing. Facebook, and then this poor, lonely Google business profile. No one really loves it. Social media people don't really touch it, even though it is. And web designers don't really handle it. Is that fair? It sits somewhere in the middle between me and Marcus. So, next slide, please. Here's some case studies. This lady's really famous. She's in toothpaste commercials for Colgate. And when they approached me, they're in Harley Street. They didn't have any following. They didn't have any reviews at all. And look at them now. 11,500 followers. They're doing pretty well. 250 reviews. So tactically, getting reviews is more than just asking for them. I've got something called the Tap and Trust card. You can tap someone's phone. So does anyone know what QR stands for? Quick response. You've got to do it there and then. With the best intention in the world, they've gone. With this thing, you touch it, you get the review. And with case studies, I've seen the more reviews you have, the further people come, the more they trust you, the more money they spend. And here's something interesting. This one's called Pinterest. Pinterest, 80,000 views a month. Wow. They were like, oh, we're not for Pinterest, but they're very beautiful people, and that made sense. Next slide, please. Okay. All of my businesses have something to do with social media. Last year, the University of Westminster called me, and they said, do you want to take on an intern from America? And I said, yeah, let's do it. Is it going to cost me any money? No, Gary, you got it. And this little young lady, who's about 4 foot, little Brooklyn, she said to me, she was tiny, but she was amazing. She said to me, I want to do an award. And I said, okay, my son's birthday is be 18. And she laughed. No, a business award, Gary. So Enfield hadn't had a business awards for 20 years. So I said, let's do a business awards. I'm thinking, well, do you know what? It's going to be, the maximum we're going to have is probably 10 people in a restaurant. Not at all. This was 20,000 people were involved in Enfield. And it was pretty good. We had Microsoft there, and BMW, had all these people. And I managed to get 20,000 email addresses. That's pretty powerful if you know how to leverage that. So I would like you, I'm struggling this year. I wasn't going to do it again. I pulled it off. I thought that's fine. The MP for Enfield, Feriel Clark, she said, Gary, come to the House of Commons at Christmas. I went, and then she announced it there without really asking me. So I'm struggling. I'm seriously struggling. Anyone that wants to help, on my board is the aerial manager for Metro Bank. I've got Feriel Clark. I've got some cool people on my board. I've got Microsoft. But I do need help. And here's the stages. The first stage is you self-nominate. You've got a month to self-nominate. You can nominate your favorite cafe, your favorite restaurant, your favorite IT support. On this, if you all grab one of these, the envelopes, in the envelope is either a sweet or nothing or a Tap and Trust card. Good luck. Look, pass them down. The second sheet, right, so that's in the envelope. You've either got a sweet, a Tap and Trust card, or nothing. No. So everyone should have a sheet. Someone got a sheet? On the sheet of paper, social media content is challenging. Right? You think, well, what should I talk about? Well, on here it says the past 12 months. What are you really proud of? That makes good social media content. Fill this in, and you'll figure out what are your life lessons, what's your biggest opportunities. But those QR codes there, on the left is one to have a one-to-one, so we can really get to, I can understand your business. And on the right is how you get into the business awards. It takes you to that page and buy a ticket. Next stage, please. Next slide, please. Here's someone we know, Steve Gregerson. Measuring in marketing is the most important thing. The difference between an amateur marketer and a professional marketer is we measure. This is Steve, up to date. 2,000 people call him from his Google business profile. You average that to £300 a call. That's £600,000. There's someone in the room, and we can take you from no phone calls to that kind of phone calls. I've got case studies coming out of my ears. Keep going. Okay, little quiz. What's the most popular social media platform in the world?
Facebook.
No.
Insta.
TikTok is smashing it. People are spending more time on TikTok than they are on Google. Keep going, or we're running out of time. This is the most important bit. I'd like you to write this down. Who's the best kind of customer for loving social media? A business with no social media whatsoever. B, an optician. D, a dentist. You've got it. You've got it. It's all of them. But really, my ideal client it's been going for 5 to 10 years. They don't have any social media at all, and I help them get on that platform. Next. Here we go. One question, I guess. This is last year. That's the mayor of Enfield. We had Microsoft. I really, really need your help. Every time you enter or you nominate someone, you're doing a kind thing. We're ready for questions. I hope did that go good?
Yeah.
Did that good? Woo! Ready for a question. I hope you understand what we do.
Go on. Questions.
I hope you understand what we do now.
When you nominate a business, does that have to be in the local area, or could it be any?
We make the rules up as we go along. So just because you're in B&I ties you've got to have some tie to Enfield. The reason I asked Metro to come is I want to be completely transparent. I was offered up to £1,000 last year to win by a dry cleaner. The whole thing is really transparent. You cannot pay me to win, and it's nothing. Full transparent. You won by merit.
Yeah.
All right. So as long as you're tied into Enfield somehow, you can enter.
Any more questions?
Any more questions?
What's your favourite kind of client?
Open-minded, not afraid to take a little risk, very engaging. Today we've been engaging, right? So if you look at the back of this sheet, there's a word puzzle. My wife did it. If you fill this in and WhatsApp it to me, I'm going to give you a year's worth of membership in Loving Local. That's 25,000 people that you'll be in front of. That's £150 people. I'd love to do that. That's about engagement.
Right, going last question.
Yeah, in terms of the business awards, have you got a preference in size of business, or is it?
We Josephine next to you, she won Best Business in Enfield. Well done to you. Woo! So we go from there to humongous companies. So there's 22 categories. Knock yourself out. Thank you,
Well
everyone.
done. Excellent
Thank you for listening.
So now that we know more about what Gary does, let's do our best to